Greetings, YouTube, and welcome. I'm going to do a video that's my largest, or the most viewers I've ever had, and I don't do this for the viewers, by the way, for the numbers of viewers. I do it for the ones who watch my channel and comment and enjoy what I do and let me know from time to time. I primarily focus in on Blu-rays and DVDs, as you can see behind me. But I've got a lot of interests, including music, and I've done some things about regarding music. Comic books, which is something I collected when I was younger and then got into again in the, might have been 80s or it might have been 90s, I guess. So there was some pretty cool stuff out. Video games, though, was another area. And I think the most viewers I've ever had on my channel was when I spotlighted my PS Vita collection. But I'm not going to do that today. Today I'm going to talk about a brand new system I just picked up. Well, it's brand new to me. It's not brand new. In fact, it's been out since 2012 or 13, I guess. So that kind of tells you maybe what it is already. But I'll tell you that I'm real pleased to have picked up this. This is the Wii U. And this one happened to come with Super Mario 3D World already on the unit, as well as something called Nintendo Land. Both of them are built in, so no, I don't have a game case for them. I prefer game cases usually, but there's something to be said for having it built in to the unit. Now, the really cool thing about this system is it has this touchscreen controller. I'm going to show you in a minute another controller I picked up. It also uses all the Wii controllers. If you remember the Wii controllers, they look like, and some people had a problem with them. I actually liked them for what they were. So anyway, I'll put the box down, it's empty. It had like a wand controller, which is great for things like a fishing game, tennis, because you can use it like this, golf, bowling, a lot of things like that. It was great for all those things. It wasn't so good for a thing we used to use in a joystick. So I did get this along with the unit, and that is what they call the Pro Controller. Let me just tell you, one thing about Nintendo, they make quality controllers. This controller is every bit as high quality as an Xbox controller or PS. Actually, I like the Xbox controllers better, but or a PS4 controller. It's got a lot of features on it. It's very cool. It's got 2 shoulder buttons on each side, so 4 total. Very responsive, very well made, fits the hand very nicely, and syncs effortlessly with the Wii U. So it's a wireless controller with a USB charger that plugs right into the Wii U to charge, or any USB charger will do this. So real happy to have added this Pro Controller. It was funny, when I bought this, the lady at the register who owned a Wii U said, I didn't even know they made this. Now, they have a ton of these, and they're $49, but it's well worth it. It's a high-quality controller. You can use it on most of the games. Not all the games, but most of the games allow you to use this, and it does make it a breeze. Now, I also like, and I didn't bring it up here with me, but I also do like this controller quite a bit. It fits my hand nice. As an adult, it fits my hand just right, I think, and really like the way this looks, and really like the system. The quality of the system, it's very well made. It's the type of thing you can unplug it and take it with you, and it's compact. I can easily see packing this thing up and taking it with us somewhere. And the nice thing about the Wii games, as opposed to the PS4, of course, my teenage boys wanted the PS4. Well, one of them wanted the Xbox One. And I had Sammy Falagar517 has an Xbox One, and I think TJ Pyramid does, and Aaron Penn. And so the thought was we could, multi-game and get involved in a multiplayer game, which would be cool. But I think the beauty of the Wii is it's a family game, and I've got 4 kids at home with me, 2 16-year-old boys, a 14-year-old boy, and a 10-year-old girl. And let me just tell you something. The 10-year-old girl, although we had the Wii, and she used the Wii from time to time, is loving the Wii U. And I started to say the nice thing about that controller with the screen on it is if someone wants to watch TV and you've got a game in, you can actually play the same game in high def on that screen. All the games are in high def, which is a step up from the Wii. So it's nice. Okay. A little drink there. All right, let me show you the games I got so far. Hold off on this one for a minute. Now, what I picked up is, and I've got quite a few considering I just got this system, but if you know me and you know anything about my habits here of DVDs and Blu-rays, my wife will tell you, she trying to kill me on this stuff because I do get what would be the word? Obsessive, compulsive. I don't know what the word is. One of those words though seems to fit, and I'll explain that as I go through some of the games I got. Okay, the first game I purchased, aside from the Super Mario 3D and the Nintendo Land, which came with it, was this one because I thought everybody in the family can use it. We have the steering wheels from the last time we had this game in the Wii version. This is the Wii U version, and it is way sweet. And that is Mario Kart 8. What a wonderful game! Really fun to play. The tracks are interesting. Of course, you've got the pickups and you know the characters are interesting. One thing about Nintendo, you can say anything you want about the PS4 and the Xbox One looking realistic and having these realistic looking games and having great online experiences. You know, if you want to fight people and shoot people and stuff like that. When it comes to just sitting down and playing a game by yourself on a system and getting and having pleasure from it. It's hard to beat a good Nintendo game. When Nintendo's on their game, and they normally are when they release something like this, it's hard to beat it with anything. This game will suck you in. You'll want to play with family. If you enjoy any sort of a racing game, you're going to enjoy it. It's just a blast. The graphics are colorful and lively, and because you know the characters. Who doesn't know Mario or Luigi? Or for that matter, probably even Princess Peach by this point. And they're all here, Bowser and not the one from Sha-Na-Na now, and Yoshi and all these characters that you know and love, and the very familiar graphics, but yet just a wonderful experience. And you know you'll have hover cars and race cars and really good. So you defy the laws of gravity here. You can go upside down, sideways, and everything else, and it works real well. Works with the controller, works with this steering wheel thing that I told you that that wand fits into it. And you can still reach the buttons, but you can turn it like a steering wheel. We've got 2 of those. So Mario Kart 8 was a no-brainer. A great game. Not my favorite game, but a great game for the Wii U. Let's see, what do I want to go to next? Another one I purchased right early on. I'm making sure all the discs are in here. The kids have a tendency to take the discs out and they'll get back. But here's Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I have not played this game yet, but I've seen it played. And it looks like a riot. So basically what you're doing is hunting. There's more than 200 exhilarating quests. You're battling larger-than-life monsters with a new lock-on targeting. You can forge hundreds of weapons and armor. Customize your play and experience on the gamepad. Not sure what that means yet. I'll have to look into that. You don't hunt alone. Single players with 2 AI companions to join up to 3 players online. And local play between the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS via a local wireless. So that's kind of cool, too. I don't have a Nintendo 3DS, but if I get one, I'll have that. And you can see the graphics on the back here look really cool. Huge monsters that you're fighting, and they look really neat. So you're hunting these suckers down and capturing and killing them. And you can see on the back here, it takes the Pro Controller, the one that comes with it with the screen on it, or you can use the pad, the wand thing. But of course, we're going to use these 2 with it, of course. Next, so that's a great game. This one I purchased. It came with a controller, another controller. These controllers are normally $39, and I picked this up for $49. So essentially, the game was $10. And let me tell you, this game's a blast. I'd played the one for the Wii. I guess it was just the regular Olympics. This is the Winter Olympics. And it's got curling in it, which my wife and I really enjoy curling as a sport, just to watch it. I don't know why. Have you ever seen curling? They roll that big rock that they call it. You know, it seems to be something anybody could do, but yet I know there's a talent to it. You know what I mean? Well, they make it look easy. You basically take this rock and you kind of go along slowly, then you kind of slide with it and let it go, and the other guys go with a broom to try to maneuver it a little bit. They're just sweeping the ice. It's in here. Curling's in here. Along with 24 pulse-pounding winter events. including downhill skiing and cross-country skiing, and the one where you have to shoot a rifle after you ski for a while to aim at the target, and just the luge and figure skating, and just a ton of stuff in this. Here's the back. Great game. So it's Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics, the Winter Games in Sochi 2014. Good stuff though. Again, the graphics are incredible. It handles really well. What was the next one I bought? I ordered this one. It was like $10. I couldn't believe it. The game's in here, yay. It was $10, and I liked the way I played Mass Effect 2. This is Mass Effect 3 special edition with all the edition specials on it. But this, it was $10 on Amazon, new. Rated mature, there's some sexual nudity and things in here, partial nudity, sexual content, strong language, blood, and so on and so forth. If you haven't seen Mass Effect, it's a Halo-like thing. It's a first person or is it third person? I don't remember the difference here. I think it's a third person shooter. In any event, and I like either first person or third person, by the way. You've got various guns and weapons. You can choose a different type of character, so there's a role-playing element to it. There's certainly a story element to this, like Halo would have, I guess. It's in outer space. You're fighting off a race that's trying to take over the universe. This is the third part of a 3-part trilogy. It's the denouement, the climax. It's the end of it. The nice thing about this was that they didn't have Mass Effect 1 and 2 on the Wii. So the nice thing about playing Mass Effect 1 and 2 was you could take your character from the Xbox, let's say 360, and go all the way through with that character, or the PS3 to the PS4. You could do that, or to the PS3. I'm not sure if it's on the PS4, but to the PS3. You carry this thing all the way through, and any decisions you made along the way, impact what happens in Mass Effect 3 to some extent. Not totally, but to some extent. So if you were a badass and killed everybody you came in contact with, you're probably not going to get a lot of love from some folks. On the other hand, if you were benevolent to everybody you met, you might catch a break from time to time on some things. Well, the interesting thing they did with Mass Effect for the Wii U is they took that premise and had you go through, it was really cool. In the beginning, if you wanted to play through this comic book, if you chose the role-playing game, you went through a comic book presentation where they said various things, and you saw various things taking place, and then they said, what will you do in this situation? So you made various choices. Who will live or die? Will you save this person or not? How will you act? And the comic book took like 15, 20 minutes to go through, but it was really good because it kind of caught you up on the whole story. I actually thought it was better than had I played the first two, say a year or two earlier, and just transferring over my character's decisions and so on. So I liked it because it caught you up really quickly. It was kind of like, last week on the show and catches you up. But I really like that. And so anyway, Mass Effect 3, I'm playing it now. Not too far in. There's some of the graphics on the back. Pretty cool stuff. Like it a lot. Yeah. Good stuff. Okay. Another one I ordered. Did I order this one? No. I ordered this one. I'm going to try to keep in the order I got them. Not that it matters to you, but I'm anal that way. Well, this was another game that was cheap, like $12. And I thought, you know what? I enjoyed it on the Nintendo 64. Yes, I had one of those. And I had a GameCube. I still do. It's down there. And I had a Dreamcast. To this day, other than... No, I think to this day, the Dreamcast remains the biggest charge I got out of buying a system, believe it or not. They had a game on the Dreamcast. Sega put it out. It was dreadfully marketed. Sega did a terrible job with the Dreamcast. It was a beautiful system. I think I still have it. It was like yay big and square, and the disc it ran off a disc, like the PlayStation 2 did. If you remember the PlayStation 2, those of you old enough to remember the PlayStation 2. Classic, another one I liked, by the way, but not as much. And I got the PlayStation 2 modified, if you know what I'm talking about, so I could play Japanese games and whatever. But the Dreamcast had NFL 2K, and up until that point, you had like Madden football, and it was like the little guys on the screen, and all of a sudden they looked real, and all of a sudden it felt like you were really running the ball the way you would move. It wasn't just. It felt much better. NFL 2K 1 for the Sega Dreamcast was just awesome, and it had online play, so you could hook up and play people from around the country on things, and it was just, I love the Dreamcast. To this day, I should dig that out if I still have it. I think I do somewhere. Couldn't tell you where at this point, but loved the Dreamcast. Anyway, and Sammy Falligraph 517 says you shouldn't get rid of your retro systems. I probably shouldn't, but I own that. I owned an Atari. I owned an Atari computer, a 400 and an 800. I owned an Atari, I don't remember which one it was, 2600, 7800, 5400, I don't know, one of those. I owned the Sega Genesis. I owned, of course, the Dreamcast. I owned an Intellivision. That's going back. An Intellivision. Cartridges you popped in. I owned an Xbox, a PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox One. You see the drill. And plenty of Nintendo systems. Anyway, on the... boy, I can digress. I loved this earlier version of this, I guess, on the Nintendo 64. And that was GoldenEye. This is 007 Legends, including on this one Skyfall, the latest one. But it's got Goldfinger, Moonraker, Die Another Day, License to Kill, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and Skyfall. I love James Bond. Somewhere up here behind here, I have the James Bond box set, one of my favorite box sets. And James Bond, one of my favorite movie characters. And they're all in here. Jaws is in here. And look at the back. Each one of these, here's On Her Majesty's Secret Service in the snow. Die Another Day with that funky villain. Here's License to Kill. Pretty cool scene there. Who can't remember, who doesn't remember Goldfinger? And then Moonraker up in space. So all these are on here on 007 Legends. I have not played this yet. One of my 16-year-old boys played it and said it was really good. So I look forward to that. Look forward to that quite a bit. 007 Legends. Next up, I guess those were the ones I ordered. Yeah. Then I found this one. I was, I do a lot of research and found that I get this one used. I read up and they said, and I got it for like $10 at GameStop. They said this one was really good. And I've only ever played one other Lego game. I heard there's a city one that's supposed to be really good too, but they wanted too much for that. This one for $10 used I thought was great. So I picked this one up. And it's Lego Marvel Superheroes. Plays really cool. Some cool abilities. It's a Lego game, so there's comedy in it. There's, sort of cheesy graphics. It's a Lego game. But I like it. It starts out with the Silver Surfer, and you hear Galactus is in this someplace, but you hear his voice, and I'm hungry. And if you know anything about Marvel, you'll follow what I'm talking about. And then you've got Dr. Doom who wants to steal the Silver Surfer's power. And so he sends out various villains, or he's working with various villains, including the Red Skull and Loki and Magneto and Dr. Octopus. And they want to find these pieces of cosmic block. It's a Lego block that's silver, basically. But they want to find these so Dr. Doom can gain the power cosmic and become the badass villain he always wants to be, take over the world. You've got Hulk in here, and Iron Man, and Wolverine, and Captain America, and the Thing, and the whole Fantastic Four. And it's kind of cool how they're each introduced, and with a quick button push, you can go from one character to the other. So some will join you along the way. Others will not be there for the next part of the adventure, and so on. But you always get to pick between usually 2 or 3 guys that you can alternate from. And eventually, there's 100 playable characters in here, each with their own special powers and abilities. So, yeah. It says dominate the battle with big Lego figures like the Hulk, Thing, and Juggernaut. Okay, big Lego figures. Yeah, okay. That's true. They are big. So, pretty cool thing. I like that quite a bit. I played that quite a bit, and I like it. I've only had this thing for like a week, but you see how much stuff I get in a week. So the Blu-rays and DVDs have kind of taken a hit. This one I heard was really hard to find. And I looked online and tried to find it new, and they want like $80 for it a lot of places. It's apparently out of print already. I don't know why this would be out of print. It's a great game. Many people say it's the best game for the system. I have not played it. It just came in the mail the other day. I do plan on playing it, but I'm in the middle of a couple other things that I just got too. So I like having a lot of variety like I do with my DVDs. I never know which one of my criterions I'm going to play when I play one, but I like to have the choice. And I guess if you're a collector, you're kind of like that too, right? But I might want to play Seconds one day, and then the next time I might want to play an oldie like Mona Lisa, and that's okay. Same with my video games. I might be in the mood to play Pikmin 3. That's the one I got. And Pikmin 3 is kind of cool. Basically, there's two different space characters, or three, that come down, and you land on this world, and they're made up of these Pikmin characters, and your goal is to keep them alive, and you alive, so they can help you get off the planet. Basically, you're forming an army of these Pikmins. Red is immune to fire, blue to water, yellow, I can't remember what he is. Oh, he's shockproof, that makes sense, electricity. This dude with a flower haircut here can fly. And this guy, the rock guy, is immune to, he's very strong and solid. He can blast through rocks and stuff because he is a rock. So each one has their own purpose. As you will see, maybe you can see a little bit up here, you get a ton of them in your army. You might start out with like a lot of red or blue ones, eventually get some yellow, and finally have all these. And you get to send these via the wand, which it uses the wand if you wanted to, and a nunchuck. Or you can use the the standard one that comes with a screen on it, or you can use the Pro Controller. So you can use any of those that you'd like. We have all of them. My guess is I'll probably use the standard controller, unless I find that the nunchuck, somebody said the nunchuck and the wand might be a better controller. I read that online. But Pikmin 3 looks like this. Pretty sweet. Got it used, by the way, for... what did I pay for this? $32, I think, at GameStop. Lucky to find it. In my area, only one GameStop had it. They only had one copy. They were like 40 miles away, but it's on my way to work. I drive 50 miles to work every day, believe it or not. And I don't mind it. I've been doing it for 4 years and like it. Anyway, that's that. Pikmin 3. Then we tried to play. We really liked Wii Sports Resort on the Wii. And it still plays on the Wii, although sometimes it's iffy, but it won't play on the Wii U. It's too scratched. My daughter, when she was younger, we've had it for a number of years, and she's 10 now, but when she was younger, she scuffed it up pretty good. Now she's pretty careful with stuff, but it was my own fault for not paying attention to what she was doing. But anyway, so what we got instead of Wii Sports Resort, and it's much better, is something called Wii Sports Club. There's another hard one to find, new, for anything less than $60. So we got this one pre-owned. The sticker's still on here, so it annoys me when the sticker's on these. So it's not easy to take it off. There's two of them on here. We got it for $34.19 at GameStop. So was happy to pick that up. Get the sticker off. I'll show you. There we go. Came off pretty nice. You get to use the, you can use the, this to line up the putt, which I thought was really cool. So you use this, the putt, but this lines up the putt, so you can actually see how you're going to hit it. I just think that's ingenious to be able to do that. So you can set that on the table if you want. You don't have to do that. But I thought that was an ingenious way to be able to use that. And then this has got tennis, bowling, boxing, baseball, and golf, all of which are a blast to play. A lot of fun. My daughter loves every single one of these. I am really a big fan of the bowling, the baseball, the golf, of course. I guess I like them all. Let me say the tennis. I've got the Wii, what's it called? Grand Slam tennis, which is a blast. You have to actually swing the club. or the racket. I mean, you do in this too, but it's just not as realistic as the one that has like the, you know, the legendary players, the Boris Beckers and all the famous Ivan Lendl and Bjorn Borg and John McEnroe and all those people are in it. But this is a great game. You've got the 5 sports. You can play these online. I think you can play the golf and the golf for sure, and the bowling, I think, are the 2 you can play online. You might be able to play all of them, but I know for sure you can play those 2. Because I read it on the internet, so it must be true. Okay, these 2 I just got. Actually, these next 3, and then that's it. So I picked up this one. I joined, right now, if you join, I don't know if it's still going on, but it was yesterday. If you join it's a 2-year program. It's kind of like the Gamers Club Deluxe or Ultimate or something at Best Buy. It's normally $99 for a 2-year membership, and what you get is 20% off all new video games and 10% off all used video games. Well, most video games are like $60, so to get 20% off and get it for $48 is a pretty good deal, which is what I did with this. They had the $99 2-year Ultimate Gamers Club membership for $30. I think it's still $30 now. But I spent the $30 and got the 2-year membership. Then I saved immediately $12 on buying this. This is Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U. Really cool. I tried it in the store. It's a fun game. Even for somebody who's not a big, punch and smash fighter. I'm not really good on these fighting games usually. But this one I'm pretty good at because there's a lot of specials. And, well, especially when you're playing with 4 people, you can, when they're keeping their eye on somebody else, you can sit there and get in a cheap shot. I like that. One-on-one with somebody, I'm not going to be as good. But you can play up to 8 players all at once on this. You do need additional accessories to play 8 players, but you can use any controller pretty much on the planet with this thing that goes with a Wii or a Wii U. So that's neat. Of course, we use the Pro Controller and the one with the screen on it. This one you can play when the television's off. This one you can play right on the little thing in HD, and that's really sweet. And it also supports something called, who knows how to pronounce this? Somebody does out there. Amiibo? Something like that. Amiibo is these little characters, and there's Mario and others. And right on the controller, right on the one with the screen, you can place them. And when you place them there, it starts to learn your moves, and it starts to get better. So I got the Mario one. It was the only one they had. But all these characters are available that are in here, and or will be at some point if they're not now. And there's a ton of them. I think they just came out with a Mario or a Mega Man recently, and I think it's sold out already. I know the Link character is hard to get because I wanted to get Link for a couple of reasons. He also plays in a couple other games, but the Metroid character is available, and Princess Peach, and all these characters on here, and then more. I like Mario. I like to fight as Mario. So I got that, and then I got this. Also just came in the mail. No, I'm sorry, I got this at Best Buy also. Both of these. This one, I heard it was really good. I've heard as good as any of them. Is it good as ones on any of the systems? I don't know. Never been a huge fan of this, but you know what? I had to get it for the teenage boys especially, and I'm sure I'll try this. And that is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. It looks good. Mature theme, obviously, on this thing. Plays with many of the controllers. And there's some of the graphics on the back there. I don't know if those are the actual graphics, but they might be. Hard to say with those pictures. But it looks as if they could be the actual graphics, and they look pretty sweet. There's a campaign mode, a multiplayer mode, and a zombie mode. You want to shoot zombies, you can shoot zombies in Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Not a new game, but new to me. So they're all new to me. At least how they look on the shelves. Pretty neat, I think. So these are all on the shelves. I don't have all in my hand, but they look like that. They look nice on the shelves. And they don't go in this room, though. They go down in the living room, family room, whatever we're calling it. Last but not least, I played this one last night for hours with one of my 16-year-old boys. You know, when I got this system, though, the boys right away were like, you got the Wii? That's for kids, Dad. We're teenagers now. And I had to listen to that for a little while. And I said, you know, guys, I'm an adult, and I like the Wii U. I like the characters. I like the gameplay. would I mind getting an Xbox 360? No, probably not. Or an Xbox One, I mean, or a PlayStation 4? No, probably not. But anyway, enough rambling again. This is the last one I got, and I just think this is really cool. And I took the characters out of it, but this is the Disney Infinity 2.0 Marvel Superheroes. Normally, this thing was like $75. I think they just dropped the price on it. I got it for $45 at Target, which I thought was a really good deal. And it comes with the 3 characters here in the front: Black Widow, Iron Man, and Thor. But of course, I ran out and got Captain America, the Hulk, and Hawkeye to complete the Avengers set. There's also a Spider-Man set that you can buy, and there's also a Guardians of the Galaxy, which I heard both of those are good. Now, also on these, within here, I'll show you what you get with this. In addition to the 3 characters, here's all the characters you can possibly get in the Marvel universe. I've got a few of them here. I'm going to show you the Hulk in a minute that I picked up. But you've got the play set. You play through adventures. It'll give you stuff to do. Nick Fury comes out and says, "Oh, I'm glad you're here. Go stop the storm giants. They're blocking the bridge. Go to the George Washington Bridge." I think it takes place in New York. I don't know if they call it the George Washington Bridge, but go stop them. Or they're in the Avengers Tower. They're taking over the Avengers Tower. Go stop them. And of course, there's directional arrows you can follow, like there are in a lot of these games. There's a toy box. So this is similar like Minecraft or something. We create your own worlds, and you get pieces as you go through. And then finally, the toy box, these discs come with it. And I got a couple discs today. This one, Spider-Man is an adventure, and then this, the Infinity Gauntlet. It's a rare one because it's red. It's the Infinity Gauntlet. Very cool. I think I've got that the right side up, don't I? Nope, I had it the right side up this way. Sorry, I think it's backwards on my screen. This is the right way to show it to you. Infinity Gauntlet. You have ultimate power for a short amount of time when you use this. Very cool. The red ones are the rare ones. There's only 3 or 4 rare ones in the whole, out of like 60 of these, and I got one of them already. Comes with 2. One is make your way through a maze as you defeat evil foes. It's called Escape from Kiln disc. That's this one. The other one is Assault on Asgard disc. Set traps and battle enemies while protecting your base. So these are extra things you can get. They're normally $4.99. You get 2 of them, like the Spider-Man one I have here. This will be some sort of an adventure that you put on here. And then, of course, this is a power you can have, which is really, you can use it in any of the stuff where you have this on. And they go right on a play mat that comes with it, too. Doesn't show here on the screen, but you get a play mat with it. Yeah, here it is. You get this play mat with it, and you put those things right on there, and that determines what you're doing. And then finally, I've got the disc that comes with it. That's pretty much it, guys. So I'm going to wrap it up, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. I said I was going to show the Hulk, and I neglected, so this is the Hulk. He is cool. He's pretty tall. I would say that's, 4 inches maybe tall, something like that. He's heavy. And this is made pretty nicely, too, I will say. This is a nice construction on this piece. Like anything Disney makes, it's usually pretty collectible. This would look nice on a shelf, whether the base goes right on the on that play set that I showed, or you could just put it right on a shelf. Like I have him sitting right here, where you can't see it; it's too close. But I have him sitting right in front of me here. But you could sit him on a shelf very easily, and you'd see that on the shelf, and that would look pretty cool. I say very nice. I've got all the Avengers. Eventually, I'll get some more, assuming we like this game. But that's it, guys. Take care.